Hi, this is Patrick. I'm going to show you in this video how to create a site in Dreamweaver. You need to create a site if you want to FTP, that is, upload your files to the EdTech2 server using Dreamweaver. Technically, you can use any FTP application that has some basic security to upload to EdTech2, or you could even use another web server instead of the EdTech2 server. The EdTech2 server is just a server that we use in our department at Boise State, where we create accounts for new students, and that you can then use the EdTech2 site for anything course related throughout your program of study. We delete the files a year after you graduate, so in the long term it's always great to have your own web hosting, and so you don't have to use EdTech2. In fact, sometimes when students live out of the country or other places, they might find they can't connect to the EdTech2 server. But in this video, I'm just going to show you how to create a basic site. You could really put in any server's information if you wanted to upload it to other places. So with that, this is just going to give you a basic introduction using Adobe Creative Cloud 2017 version. I'm going to start by going to Site, New Site. I'm going to call this EdTech2. It now wants me to tell where on my computer I'm going to store my local files. So I'm going to click on the folder, and I'm going to go down to, I have a folder called Websites in my documents, and I'm going to create a folder called EdTech2. So within that folder, I'm going to create another folder called Images while I'm here, because I'm going to use that. I'm going to click back on here, and I'm going to do one for 502. You could imagine creating a folder for each course that you have in the program. Just helps you organize your files better if you have folders for certain things. I'm going to add styles. You could find later that you want to have a separate folder for PDFs. You could also have one for scripts and other things. But for now, I'm going to make sure I have EdTech2 selected, hit choose, and now I'm going to jump over to servers. And this is where I pick the server that I want to use. I'm going to call this EdTech2. And I'm going to make sure I use explicit. This is where some FTP tools don't give you explicit encryption and they wouldn't work, but Dreamweaver does. So I'm going to type in edtech2.boisestate.edu, and then I'm going to use my credentials, my Boise State credentials. So this is what you would use to log in to your email. And I'm going to hit test. Okay, it says I was successful. Now keep in mind that because this is tied to your My Boise State account, every 90 days you have to update your password with Boise State. So that means you got to come back into Dreamweaver and update it here, or it's not going to let you continue to use it and it'll give you an error. But for now, I'm going to hit save. And this looks good, and I'm going to hit save again. And now I can see over here in the files panel that I have EdTech2 as an option. And I can see the folders that I created. Now, just to test this, I'm going to hit here, and I'm going to see that it connected successfully. And I can see the little plugs and the plus sign that everything looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to create a basic file, and I'm going to upload it just so we can see the process. So I'm going to go to File, New. I'm going to make sure it's a new document, HTML, none selected, and I'm going to hit Create. And I have a split view going on. I always try to make sure I'm in design view, and I like split view. Your split view might look a little different, and you can change this up by going up here and changing the way things look. This is the way that I like to work. So I'm just going to type Hello World. This is often someone's first web page, and I'm just going to highlight it, and I'm going to make it bold. Now what I love about this over here is you can see what's happening. You can see that in the body tag, it basically put Hello World and then that strong tag around it. So I can go down here and I can say Hello World for the document title, and that looks good, and I'm going to save it as Hello World. You generally want to always avoid spaces and capitals as a good rule of thumb, and so I'm going to save this in my EdTech2 folder on my local computer. Now I want to upload it. So to upload this, I'm going to hit connect. I'm going to expand, and I avoid using this put, get, or synchronize because I think it just messes things up. You should see, while I see my name, you should just see a slash. I have access to the complete server. You don't, so you'll just see a slash that you'll take the Hello World, you'll add it, drop it, and say yes, and then you should be able to go down and verify with your own eyes that it's there, and it is. So then this, after you verify that you see it in the remote server, You can collapse that. You're going to go into your web browser. I'm going to use Safari for it now. I'm going to go to the server, edtech2.boisestate.edu. And I wait to see for students, so then I know I did that right. Now I'm going to type in my information, and you should see something like this. You do not have permission to view this. That looks good. Now I'm going to type in hello world.html. And there it is. So if I wanted to share this, I would copy and paste this address. I could share it with anyone and show the world that this is my first web page that I've uploaded. So with that, I've real quickly showed you how to create a new site in Dreamweaver, how to create your first web page, and how to upload it to that Tech2 server. After 90 days, you'll find that you'll get an error when you try to upload. Usually it's about 3/4 of your way into this course. You're going to have to update your my.boisestate password. You'll do that at my.boisestate.edu, but after you do that, you have to come in Dreamweaver. You have to go back to Sites, Manage Sites, and you go click the pencil. You'd go to your server, click that, click the pencil, and you would update your password. So with that, you are now ready to upload your first files for EdTech 502. Have fun. Thanks.